Hi, I'm Mike Graham with Chauvet Professional, and I'm here with Victor Zeiser of Squeek Lights, and we're talking about the Silverstein show. So I know you've got two acts on stage tonight. Tell us a bit about how you use one rig with two acts and keep them separated to keep the looks fresh.
Well, I'm really fortunate that both bands want really different things from their light show. Senses Fail, they want a really moody show. So it's lots of big silhouette looks, not so much movement. We do a lot of silhouetting with the Psych. I've got the Nexus pointed up at them, which it's heavy, it's moody, and there's not a whole lot of cues. On the opposite side, with Silverstein, it's a really bright front light act, lots of big movement chases, and I try and do different color palettes too. Senses Fails, lots of magentas, lots of greens and darker colors, and then we get into the whites and yellows and reds a lot with Silverstein.
Tell us about the R2 washes. How are you using those in this show?
They're great. They're kind of my main light for this tour. I love that I can do narrow zooms, and sometimes I mix it up with wider looks where I blow it out. And then I have this one great gag. I use the ring macros to do a chase pointed at the Psych, so it gives the Psych a weird flicker, but it's not a traditional strobe. It almost looks like an old movie.
So I noticed you got some Nexus 4x1s on the rig. How are you using those?
I actually use those two different ways. During Senses Fail, which is the first band, I have them pointed at the band members, and in the haze it just creates this real ambient glow, which sets a great tone. And then for Silverstein, I flip them around at the amps, and they become a beautiful amp uplight.
So how long have you been on tour with these fixtures?
Well, I've been using the Rogue One spots pretty heavily this year, and then this is the first tour I've personally gotten to do with the Rogue 2 washes. We're about 3 weeks into a 5-week run now.
And everything's been working out pretty good for you so far?
Yeah, it's been smooth sailing. All the local crews have been really great, which is a nice surprise, and it's one big family out here.
So Victor, how long have you been out here doing this for?
I've been touring as an LD with bands for about 3 years, but I've been doing lighting since I was in high school, which was about 15 years ago now.
So what got you interested in this in the first place?
Well, I started as a sound volunteer with my church, and then in high school I got a job at the Performing Arts Center, and the first time I saw a set of ACL beams in the haze, I knew lighting was the way to go.
So what kind of inspirations do you look at to get these looks?
Well, my main inspiration with lighting is a couple of years ago I saw the Daft Punk tour with the giant pyramid. And the thing I really loved about that show was he had so many different elements, and throughout the show he didn't use everything all at once. He would use one element here and one element there. So I try and keep a variety of looks to keep it fresh and interesting throughout the night.
So how important is texturing and layering to you in a show like this?
It's really important, and that's why I'm so happy. This is the largest rig I've had on a club tour, so it's great that I can layer. I'll kick the washes really wide and have them in a dark color, and then I'll punch through with the spots in yellow or white, and I get to do multiple things, which I think make it more interesting.
Standing in front of a house and watching the audience, how does the audience typically react when you're making big changes and big looks?
They don't react directly to the lights, which isn't really it's not what I want. I want them to react to the music. And really, when you do a big hit with the music, it just makes the music that much more important. And lighting really is, I'm not here to be the show, I'm here to be a support role and just give the bands the best performance they can have.
Victor, thank you very much for having us out today. We really do appreciate it and giving us the time to come out here and check out what you've done. It looks amazing.
Thank you, I really appreciate that. I'm happy that I get to work with bands that are so supportive of having a big light show, and they really give me the freedom to create. And these guys are like my second family, so it's been a lot of fun out here.